Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. My name's Angel and today we're doing something really fun. We're doing some book recs based on Tortured Poets Department songs. If you guys don't know, I'm a massive Swiftie and I'm actually filming this a couple days in advance to post while I'm on my vacation because I am going to Scandinavia. Before I say this, I'll kind of like backtrack for a second and say that me and my friend have had it planned now since she started her master's 2 years ago that we're gonna do a big trip together when she finished. New York together, we've never done like a big vacation together, I guess you could say, like a longer trip. So we kept saying, when you're doing your master's and you have the time, we're going to go to Scandinavia. And that was like the place we settled on in Europe. I don't even know why, it was very random. Kind of place like that she hasn't been yet, I haven't been yet. And we're going to Scandinavia when you finish your master's to kind of celebrate, which is April or May of this year. And flash forward a couple months ago, Taylor Swift announced that she's going to be in Sweden in May when we were planning to go. Let's just sign up for pre-sale to see what kind of happens. Sure enough, we got pre-sale and we were able to get tickets there in the like hundreds. I swear it was like 150 Canadian max. And those same tickets, if you were to buy those tickets in Canada, are going for almost $3,000. So we're like, what an opportunity, we're going. Today I'm filming this, I do leave tomorrow and we're doing a little kind of tour of Scandinavia and then going to see Taylor in Sweden. And so I want to do some TTP Book Recs to celebrate. These are not all the songs at all. I can make a part 2 if you want all the songs. These are just the songs as I've been listening to the album. Like I listened to this one song, like this is this person. And there's like nothing else I think of but this book for some reason. The correlation is there. I don't have all these physical copies because some of them I'm lending out. Some of them I just don't know where they're at. To be honest, I can't find them. So we're just gonna go with the ones that I have. One I thought of a lot during this album. I'm pretty sure a lot of other people have as well. Magnolia Parks. Now, before I share my opinions, I have only read book 1. I haven't read anything else. So the opinions I have currently are on just reading this one book. Now, 3 songs came to mind for this one. First and foremost being My Boy Only Breaks His Favorite Toys. Immediately I thought of this poor woman. If you guys don't know, currently I'm a BJ hater to my core. That could change obviously as the series goes along, but currently like I don't like that man, just so we are all on the same page. Second up, So Long London. I think that one's pretty self-explanatory. I've seen like a million videos on TikTok of like people like breaking down the lyrics, like how so many lines match this couple. Actually, how much sad did you think I had? Just to the heart, really got me there. And then the one that I'm thinking of, that I haven't seen a lot of people say, is The Black Dog. And this only actually happened a couple days ago, and now I've been listening to The Black Dog on repeat and literally going back to this one section, like just feeling every feeling. Obviously this one's set in London as well, but specifically the second chorus, when she says, I just don't understand how you don't miss me in the shower. And that just took me out. Like when I made that correlation, I was like, that's fine. So now that one line, I sit there and I'm like, I'll be driving, and I just, it's downhill from there. Next one that has a couple of songs as well is Powerless by Elsie Silver. If you guys know, I love Chestnut Springs. Chestnut Springs, like one of my favorite all-time series. And this book actually ranked, like, I think like, it was my fourth favorite. And the reason why I say fourth favorite and not just like it was fourth or second last, is because I love the series so dearly and I love all these books, and so they're all winners in my eyes. This gave me pure but daddy I love him vibes, and also Fresh Out the Slammer. Because if you guys don't know how this book like opens up, and this is not like a spoiler, it's right here on the back. It's pretty much Sloane and Jasper, like childhood best friends, and Sloane's gonna get married to a really awful guy, and Jasper like literally helps her flee the wedding and flee the scene, and they run off together. Need I say more? The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo gave me a couple different vibes. Now, honestly, I haven't read this book in a couple years now. I think I read it in 2022, pretty sure. Obviously gave me Clara Bow vibes, just because obviously they're referencing historical people, and that's what I was thinking. And the one I just kind of recently started thinking about too is I Can Do It With a Broken Heart. Not like obviously all of it correlates, but kind of like the chorus and obviously how she was still acting and doing everything as she was being like bashed by the media, going kind of same thing as Taylor Swift, where they're always like, she's going through so many guys. I present you this. Now, my personality trait is that I truly believe almost every single song on the Tortured Poets Department can come back to this series in some sort of way. Can come back to here. If you guys know, this is my favorite series literally of all time, Throne of Glass. And I'm a firm believer in you read Throne of Glass first. If you're wondering why I'm holding up the prequel, not because I think you should read it first, it's because I'm currently lending out my copy of Throne of Glass. So I have this one here. Now, there's like I said, almost every song comes to mind for this, but the 4 that really stood out for me is obviously Who's Afraid of Little Old Me. Aelin is like the definition of like the best female character I've ever read in my entire life. Just point blank period. Off topic also, but pretty much for Who's Afraid of Little Old Me, I actually think almost of like any female main character in Sarah J Maas's works. And I'm really kind of hoping Elaine has her Who's Afraid of Little Old Me moment in the next ACOTAR book, because I think she has it in her, to be honest. I think she has to like get it out. Next song for this series is Cassandra. And I don't want to say why without spoiling anything, but think of two characters in Crown of Midnight who are friends. I cried when I thought about that one when I'm listening to this. But like that's when I think of Cassandra, I think of Crown of Midnight. Do with that what you will. I really don't want to spoil anything. But the prophecy, I really think of Aelin. And then also, I keep like going off topic with this too, but also when I think of the prophecy, I do think of the Once Upon a Broken Heart series. That one comes to mind too. But Aelin is like who I'm sitting there thinking of when I'm listening to the song. And lastly, kind of same thing, I truly believe The Smallest Man Who Ever Lived can be about any man in a book pretty much. But when I first heard The Smallest Man Who Ever Lived, I was like immediately thinking about My Dark Vanessa and immediately thinking about The Women by Kristen Hanna and the male, I guess, main character you can say in that book. And then somebody on TikTok was like, she made like one of those edits where it's like, the song's about Joe, the song's about Maddie. It's like, no, the song's about Arabin. I was like, sobbed when I read that, and I've not got it out of my head since. Truly the smallest man who ever lived. And it fits, I hold up this book and I maybe, guide you to this last little section here, and you'll also know why. Actually, like quite as well, because if I'm being 100% honest, I don't read a lot of sports romance. As I was trying to find like a book for this song, I realized that I read like literally no sports romance. I'm not sure why that really is, but so when I hear The Alchemy, I think of like the Dirty Air series and just this whole series in general. If you guys don't know, this is a F1 racing series. Anybody else, my entire For You page was the F1 race in Miami, I think it was this past weekend. Don't really know why, because I never watched F1 racing, but like all the book talk girlies were there, and I guess the Albatross could also work for Throne of Glass as well. This is very jumbled, guys, I'm so sorry. But the first person I thought of when I heard the Albatross was Miss Lucy Gray Baird from The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. She's the Albatross, she's here to destroy you, for my dear, dear President Snow. I just like a lot of this album just gave me like strong female main character energy. Like that's what I got from it, and that's like what I'm passing on from it as well. It's just like any strong female main character like I saw in these songs, if you can't tell by now. Think of the Bolter, I couldn't really figure out a song I really thought of, and then I actually was thinking about it. I was like, wait a second, and I started thinking about Hannah from Maybe Another Life. If you guys don't know, this is a book by Taylor Jenkins Reid, where it's kind of like the butterfly effect is what she looks at. This book starts, she's 29 and she's coming back to her hometown after like jumping everywhere since she like graduated. She's kind of been like all around, always switching, always moving, and I can't even think of her. Books I don't have with me currently, I'm just like kind of read off this list and kind of chit chat about, I wrote down so I didn't forget anything. The Tortured Poets Department itself, I think of Divine Rivals. I'm not sure if it's because it mentions typewriters and like that's why it correlates with me. There's also the line about like putting rings, they put wedding rings on, and I think of them. But like that song comes on and like instantly I'm thinking about Iris. And I don't really know, I think it's just the typewriters. I think it's what really gets me when I first hear that song. This next one's hilarious because a couple of these recs, I'm not even gonna lie, I haven't even read yet. But just like from what I've heard about these books, I'm already thinking about them in my head. So based on all of the discourse I heard the past couple of years when The Summer I Turned Pretty came out about like what team you were on, I thoroughly believe I Can Fix Him, No Really I Can is the Summer I Turned Pretty series. Because everybody said like if you're Team Conrad, you're like an I Can Fix Him kind of girl. And ever since I keep hearing that, now it's all I think of, even though once again I haven't even read that series or even watched this TV show. I probably watched the TV show to be honest. But like I literally, that's all I think about. LOML, whether you want to call it Love My Life or Lost My Life, like I call it. The two books that came to mind when I first heard this is If He Had Been With Me, for obvious reasons. That one got me to thought about. I still haven't read the sequel to it, so I'm not really sure if I want to read the sequel, if I'm being 100% honest, but I have to get that. And then the one I've read most recently that I thought about too is kind of like a little 2-for-1, and it's just a little series Abby Jimenez wrote. That's The Friend Zone and the Happily Ever After playlist. Our main character Sloane, I think of her when I hear that song and just like everything she went through. It's actually really fun. When I hear I'm Gonna Get You Back, at first, like, who does this remind me of? Like, this, it really reminded me of You Deserve Each Other by Sarah Hogle. The premise of this book, it's pretty much like this couple who's engaged, but they're like so unhappy together. So they decide to start like trying to get the other person to leave them. They like do wild things to try to get the other person to leave them. It's kind of like funny and it's kind of comical as you go along. Then it kind of turns like opposite, where then they're like, oh wait, I actually miss and love this person, and they're trying to get them back. Oh, it's like that banter of like, I haven't decided yet. I like totally thought of them when I heard that. So high school, I think of any Lynn Painter book, even though I haven't read Lynn Painter. Everybody says it's better than the movies, and I trust your guys' opinions. Better than the movies. It's like a really cute like love story, and so that's the same vibes it gives me. And then I don't know where it is, I can't find my copy, but obviously I think she was like amazed because like the literal word is in it. Whenever I hear I hate it here, I think of The Secret Garden, which is hilarious because like an old classic that I probably haven't read in like 10 years. But obviously it says, I hate it here, so I will go to Secret Gardens in my mind. I think of that book. I wish I had my copy because I can't find it here. I know it's on my shelf somewhere. I just couldn't see it when I was glancing over. But that book's one of like the first classics that I read when I was like little, and it holds a very special place in my heart. Okay, friends, well, I think that's it for now. I'll do part 2 or part 3 of this as well if you guys like this. I thought it's a really fun way to celebrate me going and seeing her soon. And also to the new album release because she is a lyrical genius and deserves to be celebrated. So if you guys like this video, please remember to like, comment, subscribe. I'm also on TikTok, Angel's Book Corner, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.